we're going to take a few moments to talk about one of the most important components of ethical hacking, and that is the methodology. So we're going to do kind of an overview of what methodologies are out there, the idea behind using a methodology for hacking and penetration testing, and even what some common methodologies have in common. So to start things off, we're going to talk about the primary goals of having a methodology and what it might mean to us to establish one. We're going to talk about some formal publications of security methodologies that are out there and some that might be good for you to adopt and kind of call your own for use. Then we're going to actually move into kind of a high-level overview of each step that most of the standardized methodologies have in common. That including reconnaissance, scanning, service enumeration, vulnerability assessment, followed by vulnerability exploitation, penetration and access, escalation and owning the box, evading defenses and erasing tracks, and finally, maintaining and expanding access. So these are basically the step-by-step procedures we're going to go through during our full penetration test process. So moving on into what are your goals? Again, we're going to define these goals, and having that methodology will be of use to us in obtaining those goals and reaching them. Depending on whether you're just looking for simple penetration and access, whether you're trying to steal specific information or mock steal that information, any denial of service activities, that can also be a goal as well as part of the process, or simply just to determine the vulnerabilities and how they might be exploited rather than going into a lot of detail and exploiting those explicitly. So, depending on the goals that you have, your methodology will actually change to kind of wrap around the ultimate end result. The most important thing is to spend some time, review these methodologies that are out there, understand what they mean, and ultimately to develop your own methodology that works well for you. But it's important that your methodology be flexible. In other words, if going through and performing exploitation of vulnerabilities is not part of your goal, and your methodology is not flexible enough to move around that, it's not going to be effective in a true penetration testing process.